Hello everyone and welcome to another game journal. Today we're going to be presenting a game that I've put a fair amount of hours into called Dragon Ball FighterZ, or FighterZ, however you want to call it. But I'm going to immediately jump in here. So this is a Dragon Ball, like the anime Dragon Ball fighting game that came out, I believe, in 2017. It's been around for a little while, and they've added a lot of different characters to the game at this point. That everyone keeps speculating what they're gonna add next. So, but for this game in particular, I wanted to go over what we were talking about in our book, which is the flow state. I guess especially from our discussion post, I wanted to talk about the flow state because this game is one of those games that will suck you in and keep you playing for a while. I had a few different options that I wanted to jump in, so we're getting to unlocks because I have not played in a while. But usually, so you got all the other players in this little hub area playing. Usually I end up finding myself down here. This is the practice kind of area, so you can play against bots in this. There's battle tutorials, just kind of like showing you the basics of the game. And then there's combo challenges, which is what I'm going to show today. Not too much though, but I'll show you kind of around this area. There's a campaign with the game, a full story mode. And you got party matches in case you got a bunch of friends to play. And then you got obviously your online play. So I don't really mess with that too often just because I'm not the best of this game. And I don't want to get my butt beat by people online. So, no shame there. I know I'm already bad enough to not even try the online. But for the combo challenges, you can play pretty much any character in the game, other than a few, I think. Yeah. So I don't have all the DLC characters, but I have played a fair bit of them. And obviously a lot of them are 0%ed because I haven't really messed with all of them. But, I'm trying to go down the line, so that's why these top ones are nearly done. Let's see if we can find a character that we'll mess with here. You sure? We'll go on. Why not? So, it starts you off. There's basic combos in the game that require around like the Xbox controller. Use X for a light attack, Y for a medium, and B for a heavy. And then your A attack is kind of like a ranged special attack. And then you have to combo that with, moving the stick, quarter circle forward or quarter circle back, and then you hit your bumper or trigger to do higher tier versions of attacks or doing super attacks, which we'll see at some point. So I talked about with the flow state, at least from the book standpoint. It's talking about like goal oriented gameplay usually gets you sucked into a flow state, and this one, the goal is to do the combos. So I'll show off some of these, but I'm not going to go too in depth with this as long as I get enough time out of it. I wanted to do a different game for this, but then I ended up deciding to do Dragon Ball FighterZ. So I can see here, it keeps you in a certain spot. The art style of this looks fairly close to the actual look of the animation, which is pretty nice. Everything you'll see here is pretty spectacular in terms of a fighting game. So you have 3 characters per side. There's only 1 right now because this is a practice, but usually you have 3, and that's kind of like the same thing as Marvel versus Capcom, if you ever played that. So there's 6 total characters in play at one match, and you can call them in for assists. They'll do an extra attack for you. And these games are kind of known for doing long combos. Mortal Kombat is kind of known for shorter but more powerful combos. And then trying to think of the other ones. Just a few other fighting games that are, if you get hit, you're taking a lot of damage per hit. So it's all about trying to find the openings. But this one, you get an opening, you're kind of just gonna walk around them. So this here is the light combo. Like I said, if you just spam a certain button, you'll just do a full combo. So I'll hit X here over and over, and it'll do the whole combo. And I'll let this play out while we go. You ready? I'll hit X over and over. So here you go. I'm hitting X. And so I just did all that just by hitting the X button. So now we're going to do the medium one. to where you can just spam the Y button for the medium combo. So now I'll just do that. And I just added, that was a super there, which if you hit that Y combo, it always hits that that super at the end of it. So here's the heavy, you kind of lunge forward and then you dash after them, which is like little fly, and then you smack them back into the ground. So fly at them and smack, and they go back into the ground. So now it gets a little more complicated. So they start showing you just a little bit of the special moves. So now, it's showing the D-pad. You can use the joystick, and there's usually those big like boxes, like the arcade games. They look like arcade games. You got your 3 buttons for light, medium, heavy, and then the 4th for special, and then you have a joystick, and that's it. That's what you can play with, but because I'm using a controller, I'll use the stick instead of the D-pad. But if I do quarter circle forward, which is what that means in A, I'll do the move Masenko there, which is like a big beam attack. So now we have another one, which is going to use the heavy. So I'll do quarter circle forward and B, and this little extra stuff. So that little flash of orange that you saw, which I can do that same move here if I can. Yeah. So that's the same move, but if I have a bar, which is that little 0 under me, it'll show that it'll use part of that bar to power up that attack further. So you can get further combos into that. So I'll hit B here and quarter circle forward. There we go. So now we're on number 7. So it's gonna get a little more complicated. You got kind of a forward jump here. I'll reset there on the back button. You got that jump forward, and then you have to hit heavy, light, medium, quarter circle medium, which doesn't seem that complicated, but those are your set goals that you want there. And usually it's very easy to drop combos in this game if you're not running around doing practicing all the time. It's really easy to drop the combos. So I'll play against friends in this. I'll have a combo in mind for a character that I want to play, and I will drop it half the time, because playing against a real character versus a bot that kind of just stands there and does nothing, it's really easy to get kind of sucked into it. So we'll try this combo here. We'll jump, hit, and there we go. So I didn't hit quarter circle Y forward fast enough, so it reset us. So, or I dropped the combo, I guess. So we'll try that again. B, X. Oops, I dropped it again. We'll go B, X. I hit the wrong one. So that's what happens a lot. I mess up the button combination. Although it seems simple, X, Y, B. It's not as simple as it seems, it takes time to practice. So I jumped the wrong way. We'll jump here, X. So I missed the X. Keep going, B, X. And I keep missing the X button. See, this is the part that gets me on this. So, I get into these modes to where I just keep resetting and resetting because I'm dropping the combo and over. It's good to, readjust and retry again. See, I'm messing it up again. Thought I was going to get it that time. So I need to come in lower or higher, maybe. Yeah, let's go in a little higher. No, we got to go in lower. We'll try going lower. Darn it. It's difficult. I did so well in the first one. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with it now. So, go B, X. I'm hitting B. Let's try it again. B, X. Nope. Maybe I have to time with the B button. Try it again. So now I'm kind of... See there? Now I figured it out. So I gotta time it at the end of the B attack. So there's a certain amount of frames that heavy attack has. So we'll actually hit on that time. So I messed it up again. B, X. I'm gonna hit the sky uppercut. There we go. I didn't get it still. So I messed up the timing on the Y attack. So you have to get all your timings down for this. And I messed up the first Y. Oh, try again here. Nope, we gotta keep going. You can see why, why this would take your time, and you kind of enter the flow state, as they say, because you're not exactly hitting everything optimally, but you're trying to get to the point where you can actually hit these. But now that I know, there you go. Now eventually you get it, and then you can move on. So now, there's a different one there. So Y B's the vanish. But if I vanish, I'm facing the other way, or this way, part of the screen now. So and I just tapped the mic, I'm sorry. Now the quarter circle forward is going to be a quarter circle back, because whichever way you're facing is the way that you have to do the attack. So we'll reset here, and we'll do a little ranged attack, which is that special A button, which is this one. And then we'll vanish, try to hit the quarter circle Y, and then we will do a super attack. So A, I messed up that one because I had to, go with the frames. Yeah, I'm gonna jump after him there. So there, messing that up already. Hit, turn. Yeah, it gets like that sometimes. So you see how he bounced off the wall? I'm trying to catch him off the wall there. Yep. Yeah, it's real finicky. Now it could have been it if I hit it. Done. I'm jumping. Man. Yeah, so it gets difficult. That's why some of them are at the very end, right at 9 or 8. It gets a bit difficult sometimes. So I'm not sure what that attack I'm doing there. I gotta figure out what the attack is. Should be that one. But we gotta figure out what we gotta do. And I keep missing it because, the bot knows if you're missing it, so he just jumps out of the way right away. I messed up the T blast there. And that should have been it. Yeah, it gets difficult. There's only a few of them that I've really done. But I mean, obviously with the special moves, there's a whole bunch that you can do. Which I'll show probably the main attack. Don't allow me to do that either. If we do this, we can gain a bunch. So this is the super attack that I'll show. So you go back, pull out his brother here, and you do the big beam attack. But yeah, that'll be part of the next one because you end up finishing the combo here. So you can see how complicated it gets. The mid-air combo, which it does get complicated. You got to jump after him and do a whole bunch of other stuff, and even by number 10 doesn't seem that hard. It does get eventually hard. And I just did it there. I did number 10, but I can't do 8 and 9. So the mid-air combos are difficult, and then it goes back to 8 because it wants us to do that one. So, but that's my little bit on the flow state. You got to be goal-oriented, and it's got to be satisfying. And when you hit those combos, like I just did for number 10, I wasn't even thinking about it. I just did it. And I guess that could have been my example of actually achieving the flow state. But that's just the example there. Hitting it, and now I'm satisfied, and I've done the goals that it wanted me to do, except for 8 or 9. I'll come back to those later. But that's my little bit of flow state for you from Dragon Ball FighterZ or FighterZ, however you want to call it. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.